Negative minus 15 right now at the airport. Good morning, everyone. Since monster typhoon Haiyan slammed into the Philippines about a week and a half ago, the death toll has fluctuated wildly. A few hundred, worse than a nightmarish estimate of 10,000 victims. Now the Philippine government puts the death count at about 4,000 people. The UN says it's unlikely we'll ever know the exact total. Causality reporting after any natural disaster is tricky. It's subject to logistical challenges that grow with the severity of the disaster itself. Roads and airports have all been but destroyed. Power is still intermittent in the hardest hit areas of the Philippines. Food and fuel also scarce. Telephone lines are down as well, and mobile phone coverage is spotty. Almost 13 million people have been affected in some way by the superstorm. That includes 4 million people have been displaced now, having their homes destroyed. In honor of Alberta's Filipino community, which is at about 100,000 people, the Redford government is matching donations now up to a maximum $500,000. Deputy Premier Thomas Lukazik making the announcement in Edmonton alongside the Philippines' honorary consul. Lukazik says the province is very sensitive and aware of what a disaster means to a country, and money will go toward basic necessities like food, shelter, and clean water. The opposition says it's a start, but questions if it's really enough.
We've done research on previous donations in the event of natural disasters in other parts of the world. $500,000 seems to be the minimum amount. In some cases, the government gave as much as $5 million. Considering the size of the Filipino community and their concern, their fears for their loved ones back in the Philippines, I think the government could afford to be more generous than this.
Canada is adding another $15 million for humanitarian relief in the Philippines, bringing the total federal government contribution to about $20 million. Well, it's been about 3 years in the making, but the province has finally declared, that Alberta has a health act. Our province will now appoint a health advocate and a seniors advocate. Both will work in the same office as the existing mental health advocate. Our health minister, Fred Horn, says the three people will help Albertans better navigate our complex healthcare system. Critics say there are holes in the Health Care Act. The Wild Rose Party says it doesn't do anything for wait times, and they say advocates should be independent of government.
It's amazing to me that they have a health charter about putting patients first. Well, what have we been doing over the last 40 years that they've been in government? Are we saying that we were never putting patients first? So it's disappointing.
The act, by the way, goes into effect January 1st. Advocates will be appointed by April of next year. Well, we could see some definite changes on the field after our Calgary Stampeders lost the Western Final to the Saskatchewan Roughriders on Sunday. You will also be seeing changes at McMahon Stadium itself as well. Stamps president Gordon Norrie says the club is committed to making the game day experience at McMahon a better one. The club wants to improve washroom accessibility, also improve the concession stands. Now, without revealing specifics of what the Stamps are planning, Norrie does promise improvements will be made to the 53-year-old building.
We have a capital fund that we'll execute on again next year, and our mandate is to address the flow of washrooms, the flow of concessions, etc. I can't give you any specifics right now. I hope sometime real soon, but yeah, those are our two priorities, washrooms and concession access.
Gordon Norrie says the Stamps attendance figures, by the way, this season up over 1,000 people per game. In business news, the Canadian dollar trading lower this morning in the early going amid mixed commodity prices and concerns about global growth prospects.